weak at the knees, this hat.
He lifted up his hairy paw, and with one tremendous cloud, he landed on the barber's jaw. He knocked the barber out. He set to work with nail and tool and made the place a wreck. He grabbed the nearest gilded youth, tried to snap his neck, and all the while he held his throat to save his vital spark. Murder! Bloody murder! Yelled the man from Ironbark. A fellow man who heard the thing came in to see the show. Tried to run the bushman in, but he refused to go. When at last the barber spoke and said, "Holy fuck! What a horrible joke! All overdone! A joke?" he cried. A lively sort of laugh. I'd like to catch that murdering swine one night in Ironbark. And now we're around the shearing shed, the listening shearer's gate.
Dear God!
As he tells the story over and over, and he brags of his escape. Oh, them barber chaps that keep a tote. By George, I've had enough. One tried to cut me blooming throat, but thank the Lord it's tough. Whether he's believed or not, there's one thing to remark. Flowing beards are all the go up in Ironbark.
Because flowing beards are all the go up in Ironbark. that's classic Aussie poetry right there. Well, that went better than expected. I couldn't see a lot. But yeah, I didn't die. It's all good. Got a sore hand. It's fine. I was just on my way to Sasau. We can go and confront these idiots. There you are, Vinky. Let us continue, shall we?
This looks like the place they were talking about.
Now, I'm the cautious type. I like to load up on potions before this little event here. And the guy says, "Did you do the job?" It makes me think of Ben Kingsley. Do the job. Anyone know that movie? Probably not. Well, maybe you do. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. That should do it. We don't need to go overboard. There's only 3 of them. If I had killed Pius, I would have been able to loot the dice, but I don't have it. So we're doing it the hard way, team.
Morning, sunshine. Hope we didn't wake you.
Kurva! Did you have to sneak up on me like thieves?
We are thieves. Besides, we had to make sure you weren't followed. Or trying to lead us into a trap. But enough of this chit-chat. Let's get down to business. We heard there was some trouble at the monastery. Question is, was it the right sort? Did you do that job we agreed?
Do you think I'd be sitting here if I didn't do it?
How should I know? The world's full of idiots.
It's done.
You've got proof?
He had nothing on him. No coin, not a thing.
So you wrung his neck and found nothing on him? That's a disappointment, ain't it?
I had nothing either. All the novices have to hand everything over once they enter the monastery.
Right. So you don't even know if you wrung the right guy's neck. I'm wondering if you wrung anyone's neck at all.
Just go there and ask around. Everyone will tell you about the murder.
Or I'll walk straight into an ambush, more like. Forget it, boy. I have a much better idea. Kill the bastard!
Yeah, let's kick it off. Come on then.
What's he doing here?
Had enough of life, have you? You're weak at the knees, have you?
You call that combat?
I'm Henry, bitch. Henry. Did you just growl? He growled. Look at that. They all fell in a handy sort of line here. Easy to loot.
It looks like an ordinary die at first sight, but it's not. The numbers are wrong. Maybe they used it as a sign to identify themselves. But that still doesn't tell me how to find their encampment.
Very perceptive, young Henry.
It could. People claim to have seen lights up at Vranik, but I don't know. The fort was abandoned long before my time.
That's very interesting. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, so we've talked to the bailiff, obviously, and we've got to head to Vranik, but we're going to see the good lords in Ratai first, and maybe do a tourney, and maybe go see Herman, because we have to do some side quests before we go to do that stuff. So back to Ratai we go. Hopefully I don't get attacked on the way, but you never know.
The time passes so quickly with you, Henry. Come and see me again sometime.
No problem, sweetheart. Shut up, Mutt. I really cannot do an American accent, other than the southern accent. We don't like your kind around here, boy. It's pretty atrocious. Anyway, let's go see Radzig. What do you reckon, Mutt? Come on.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the Rattay tourney?
Yes, actually. Grumpy Santa, let's do it.
How are you?
Well, I just went on a date with Tess, so a little horny.
About betting on the tourney, I'd be interested. What kind of wager are we talking about?
I'm glad to hear it.
Sir, I have news, and I'm sorry to say it's nothing good.
After everything that's happened, you have even worse news. That's almost impressive.
I'm afraid so. It's going to happen again, and on an even bigger scale.
You're full of good cheer, aren't you? What exactly will happen?
It seems the Pribyslavitz encampment was just the start, and they're far from defeated.
How did you find out?
I found a recruiting agent who works for them, and let him recruit me.
Ah, God's holy hat. You never cease to surprise me, lad.
And what did you find out?
They have another much bigger encampment in Vranik near to Sasau.
What do those bastards want? And who the hell are they?
To hurt us? Conquer the region? I'm not sure yet, but I can find out.
How?
I'm one of them now. I have their secret sign. I know where their camp is. All I have to do is go and take a look.
That's out of the question. It's too risky.
Sire, compared to everything I went through to get this, it will be child's play. I already passed their test. They trust me.
Then we'll have to attack them before things get out of hand. Ideally right now when they're not expecting us. Once we catch that mangy little shit, we can ask him nicely what he wants. But then again, before we attack, it would be useful to have a spy go and scout out how many of them there are and what they're up to.
I don't want you to take any unnecessary risks.
It's much less risky than our raid on Pribyslavitz.
All right then, Hal. Go there and find out how many of them there are, and what their plans are, whatever you can. But don't stick your neck out too far.
Yes, sir.
Godspeed, lad.
Now, I still have the quest for Carolina. I have to put the necklace into her trunk, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's there? Who are you? Hey! What?
I just needed to borrow your labby. It's fine, don't panic, it's just Henry having a shit. An hour should do it. Thunderbox, that's another good name for it. Thunderbox.